Welcome! 2 Nerds and an Actor. You guys are laughing at me inside.
Gonna give it to him.
You can feel them laughing. You can feel it too, listeners.
Well, now.
Yeah.
I'm here with my nerdman, Mike Santana.
That's vague enough that I can just call myself Slim, and it works.
Oh, okay.
It works.
And France Jerome.
The smartest man on the cinder.
Aww.
Yeah, the smartest man on Tinder. Is that what you just said?
I was about to. I was like, that's not going to
Smartest
I was like,
man
he is
on
not on Tinder unless Tinder is like our living room. It's just me and him.
All right.
Welcome.
You already know what kind of episode it's gonna be.
And I'm your sheriff, Aisha Jordan.
All right. Tumbleweed.
Pull me over.
Well, obviously, no, maybe it's not obvious, but we're going to talk about Watchmen.
It's not.
It's
now
not,
it now
but
it is
now
though.
you know.
What?
So it's going to be an explosive episode.
Michael Bay explosion.
Explosions. So we're going to do a spoilers review of that. Oh, wait, do we need to do no? We do. No spoilers?
Yeah. There's
Yeah. We're still
There's
going to
still
do it.
people that haven't bought in yet.
I thought we did it last
It's true.
time. Am I wrong?
No, we talked about it in our Comic-Con
Yeah,
bonus
but
episode.
y'all...
But we didn't actually talk about it.
Right.
Both of your mishmishes were in a vice because
It was.
you were tied to those
Signed
NDAs.
an NDA that's tattooed on my back.
Right.
Yo.
The embargo is up, and now we can talk.
Hey, yo, everything happened.
So we're going to talk about some nerd news stuff. Yo, a lot has happened in nerd news. I feel like I say that every time.
No, you
But,
usually
like-
say nothing has happened.
Well, nothing has happened in like TV right now besides Watchmen.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I feel. But we're going to talk about Watchmen. We're going to talk about Gemini Man. And to be honest, I haven't seen Gemini Man, but I'm still down to do the spoilers review of it. It's really okay. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll be
All
okay.
right.
So yeah, let's just jump into it. There's been a lot of casting information coming out lately. And mainly about Batman.
Yeah.
They're casting, they're about to like let us know who the extras are.
Right.
Like they're just telling us everything.
Well, it's refreshing to hear people being cast for the film instead of
Right.
all the news before of new script, new director.
New director.
Ben's in,
Oh,
Ben's
they're
out.
out. They're in, out. They're
Yeah.
in. Nope. Just kidding.
This thing is moving.
Yeah. So it's actually happening because people are saying yes now. Because first, Jonah Hill was supposed to be Penguin, right?
He was in talks.
He was in talks
Conversation.
to be the Penguin. And I was like, Penguin's even in this movie?
And I want to be fair. He was in talks to be in the film. It wasn't. I don't think we knew for sure.
Oh, if it was Penguin or
It was
not?
Penguin, Cobblepot, Oswald, or.
But then when he declined, they're like, he's declined the role of Penguin. Like,
well,
what?
the thing is, I don't know if it got as far as declined. Like they were just talking,
Okay.
and then he was like, "Nah, I'm good."
And he was like, never mind.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I think it's for the best. I don't know if I would want to see Jonah Hill be Penguin. I'm not interested.
He's been nominated for Oscars.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He has.
Yes. Yeah. No, he's been great in those things.
Can't deny it.
No.
Oscars
But
have wanted to be in or around his mouth.
Yikes.
But who would you want to be Penguin if you thought about it?
The question is, would I want Penguin?
I wouldn't want Penguin in the movie. No. So when they said he passed on Penguin, I was like, oh, good. Is he not in the movie? Because I think I don't really want to see that.
Strangely enough, the Arkham video games, their Penguin was actually pretty cool.
Who was that?
They went with like a British route. That he was like he had his fam came from old money,
Right.
and they came to Gotham to make something of themselves.
Gotham.
But do you think voice actors can? Well, not. I mean, me being a voice actor as well as an actor, of course you can come from behind to the stage. But do you think people who mainly do like video game voice can come and be in movies?
I was thinking about the character itself.
Excuse me. Why are we
I thought we were talking
going?
about actors.
Why are we going this deep into the Penguin conversation?
Well, he
without
don't exist.
Putting respect on Danny DeVito's name.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay, and rip in peace,
Penguin?
Mick from Rocky, who was also Penguin back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But I already see this is going to be a It's Sunny episode because we mentioned DeVito and we're going to get into Will later.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm real interested in this.
But I don't need Penguin. I want them to. There's many other villains that they can explore on the big screen for the first time,
That's true.
or other villains that I'd rather see a different take on. And Penguin isn't high on that list.
Penguin is not. No.
For me,
I feel like I saw it enough. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we are gonna get Riddler. That's for sure. We know that.
And what's the dude's name?
Paul
Dano.
Dano.
Yes, you may know him from.
I went to college with him.
Well, there you go.
It was so funny. Like
I know him
people were
from-
talking about it, and they're like, "Who is this guy?" And I was like, "I went to
Right.
college."
You might
with
know him from
From
that study
undergrad.
group. Yeah.
But no, he was actually in the movie The Girl Next Door, which I really love. He was great in it.
I
and
love
it's a
that.
great
First of all,
movie.
is that the Alicia Cuthbert movie?
Yes.
Is that the girl's name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie was underrated.
I love that
It was a
movie.
good movie.
So
That movie.
good.
Damn, I'm about to go back watch me some Alicia Cuthbert.
Oh, it's so good. Anyway.
She was in 24 as well.
And then, wait, we talked about this before because the other guy
Emil-
in Girl Next Door is
Oh.
also in Whiplash.
Miles Teller.
Yes. Wait, why did that connect? I forget why.
Because we're getting pictures of Spider-Man right now with our news. That's why.
That's why.
That's why.
Right.
But they also, who else they cast? Probably even bigger news.
Yeah, this is the bigger news.
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz
Yeah.
will be Catwoman.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone excited about this.
Because she caught.
What?
That's because she caught the alley-oop.
Wait.
Zazie Bates turned it down for Atlanta to do it
Because
for
it-
Atlanta.
But you said you haven't heard anybody excited
I think
about
I've
this?
seen some people
Nah,
comment, but I
Twitter's
haven't
hype
seen a lot
about
of
that. No.
people excited.
They're like, okay, they with it.
I mean, I'm not that excited about it.
Neither
There you
am
go.
I.
That's a big difference between.
Well, I haven't seen anyone else being like, yeah. Like, people I've talked to have been like,
All right.
okay.
Note to self: at Aisha on all the
Yeah.
super hype
Sure.
fan posts of okay.
Send me all the posts. I'm sure there's people who are happy. I don't know. The movie isn't shaping up to be something I'm excited about.
What's his name? That cast is Gordon.
Oh, they cast.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, yeah.
Oh, did
We
they really
talked
cast?
about
That's
that.
it? I thought that was like, oh, maybe.
No.
That's it.
He
He's
was
gonna
like
do
the
it?
first
he's hype.
person they named. Did they name him before the Batman? Or?
No.
Shortly after.
Like right
Very
after.
shortly.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I
he
thought
was
it
the
was a
first
rumor.
one they added to. No, he's in it.
Okay.
He's in it.
I mean, I'll watch anything with Jeffrey Wright in it, to be honest.
Well, there you go.
Do you know where he got his start?
No.
At New World Theater, where I grew up.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Is
when
that
I
in
got
Philadelphia?
Yo, you know how I feel about Philadelphia.
Actually, we're gonna learn.
No,
Over
I'm
the
not
course of
gonna
this
do that for the
episode.
Philadelphia fans.
We're gonna.
It's a
learn.
nice place. Anyway,
Oh boy.
Graceful segue.
no, wait.
So you're not hyped for the Batman casting?
What? I think it's such a weird guy. We got Zoe Kravitz,
with
Cedric Diggory, this Paul Dano guy.
I'm with it though. So
Ooh,
far.
New School alum.
France, what about you? You with it?
I'm willing to see where it goes.
of course.
I'm neither hyped nor there are things for Robert Pattinson's range. The dude can act and he can do a lot of different types of things.
He's in that new one
So-
that's coming out. That weird thing that looks like a silent film.
Right, he does a lot of the Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, what is that?
So what you're saying is that the trailer needs to take place on the Joker steps for you to give a shit about it.
Oh my
that
God.
what you're
Should
saying?
we talk about that real quick? Sorry,
Sure.
finish what you were saying. Finish what you were saying.
I'll be brief then.
No, it's
Robert
okay.
Pattinson's range, he got it. Zoe Kravitz, this one did a mock-up of Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, looked just like the one from
Did
Arkham.
they?
Yeah, and
Oh, I didn't see it.
oh, I didn't realize, but she's got that nubile kind of like.
I know she
pull
can
that
do
off.
it. I know she can
I
do
know
it.
she
I'm
can.
just not like about it.
I've never seen Zoe Kravitz in a movie where Zoe Kravitz was the point, and I cared a lot. So this will be the first role that I'm like, super invested in. Like I enjoy Zoe Kravitz in Mad Max, but she was.
I
that
liked
was
her
a
in
tiny
Fantastic Beasts.
Role. Meh.
What? She had a great accent.
She had a great character, but
No, she did not. She
yeah,
did
that character
good
could have
with
been
it.
epic.
It didn't make any sense.
This is more than I've ever not. Well, I don't want to talk about that movie.
This is the most you've never wanted to
Agreed.
not talk
Yeah,
about.
I don't
True,
want to talk about that
true.
movie. Fuck
Who
that
else?
movie.
Paul Dano. Paul Dano he's an actor's actor. Like actors know him, He's a Swiss Army Man. There's a lot of those quirky independent films. I was like,
yeah, he's a very independent. That's why I'm like, oh man, he's breaking into the superhero world. This is happening.
So I think the movie will be interesting. I'm gonna see it anyway, so why even pretend? So yeah.
Yeah, I need to see the suit. I need to know who's working on the.
You did not hit us with the. I need to see the
have
shoot
butt
first.
cheeks?
I do.
Does
need
it have
to see.
abs?
Listen, say what you will. The Ben Affleck aesthetic was pretty damn comic book faithful.
Sure.
Very Frank Miller. Yeah.
It was.
No, that's
and
fine.
so I want to see because the look is going to tell me what kind of a Batman they're going for too.
I feel like he's kind of skinny. Is that just me? I'm not trying
So
to
was
body
Christian
shame.
Bale.
Yeah,
Christian Bale went right from
that's true. Christian
the Machinist
Bale
to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He was not big.
Yeah.
And then they were like, Ben Affleck, get as big as you can be.
CrossFit.
My man is 6'4". It's not that hard.
He's 6'4"?
At least.
Jeez.
He's a tall dude.
Matt Damon makes him look taller.
Well, you know what? I just don't know what this movie's really going to be about, so I'm a little concerned because, like, all I know is casting right now, so I just don't know the angle, so I'm not as excited.
That's why I say the look is going to give us a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, are they going to go for the type of Dark Knight thing where it's serious and grounded?
Full Schumacher.
Yeah, I'm serious. And then I want to know who's doing the music.
Yeah, these are all important things.
Deadass. If it's Danny Elfman, I might wait
You see?
a month.
What
to
if-
see it.
You see?
What if they make it funny like Shazam because they're like, we're on a roll here?
All right, no, we're moving on. I don't want that. You're saying the things I don't want to picture.
Murder, death, kill.
J.K. Rowling rewrites and retroactive history and what you just said.
And, you know, Shazam.
Shaq can still spit.
Oh, my God.
He can.
Okay.
He just put out 2 disc
He
records.
too old. He
Yeah.
too old. Damian Lillard.
What?
This happened recently.
You guys are saying real things?
Yes.
I only ever say real things.
What? is
Only
going
ever.
on? I feel like I don't know where I am.
Just know that Shaq got bars. Don't come at Shaq.
Okay, well, I'm going to do some research. All right. So, okay, other news that I was like, should we talk about this?
Ooh.
Well, Cardi's going to be in the next Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
All of those words together are a problem for me.
You sure?
The next Fast and Furious alone
What
is
about
an issue.
What about
What?
Is the
Yep.
Cardi
Cardi
B
B
will be in
in
the Fast and the
Fast-
Furious
yes.
9.
Yes, 9.
Yes.
This is a real movie
Yeah.
in which, like, they finished filming because, like, what was it? Vin Diesel's all like, yeah, here we are. We're on set.
If she doesn't have a scene where she's driving 200 miles an hour
with her ass out
with
the window.
those nails. that
Oh,
she-
yes, she has to have the nails.
If that doesn't happen, then what would be
What's
the point?
That's not
What
Cardi.
would be the point?
I'll raise the and say if she does not drive in the movie, I will be annoyed.
If
I
she
will
doesn't
too.
twerk in the movie, everyone.
I
will
mean,
be
if that's
annoyed.
not in the contract, what are we doing?
Yeah, she's gonna do it even if it isn't. She's like, and this is how I start the scene. I don't know. I don't know why Fast and Furious movies are still being made. I don't know where they're going.
Because they break
Wait
the
a minute.
bank.
I just got hit with
guess.
a revelation
Oh,
because all we know is that she's been cast in a movie.
yes.
Yeah. Well, it is.
What
Fast and
if?
Furious.
What if? I mean, these movies are only getting bigger.
What? I don't.
What if to
understand.
save money, they got her so that she could do all the special effects?
Oh my God!
Car engine revs. It'd be like NASCAR.
She would go.
What if?
That's
exactly
when
they
that's
break.
when it breaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they break.
Uh-huh.
How do we know that's not what's happening?
Yo, that's totally what it is.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that'd be how she got her SAG card.
That'd be.
I think she already has one. She was in Hustlers.
Nah, man. DR will make sure she never gets a SAG.
Oh my God.
I know what I said.
That is
Oh,
real. Or
God.
Brazil. They'll be sure.
Yikes.
Shout out to all my queens.
Oh, God.
I love y'all.
Well, I mean, people are going to see the movie, so
Oh,
good
yeah,
on
yeah.
you, Cardi, for getting in probably the unstoppable franchise
Yeah.
of Fast and Furious.
There you go.
Is Tyrese in it? No?
His tears.
Oh, so sad.
No, he's in it.
That's how they get
Is
the
he really
That's
in
how
it?
they get the wetness on the track.
Can we get Tyrese? We need a little more water on the track.
What do you want from B? And then she shows up.
Tyrese is in it, but is The Rock not in it then?
I
feel like can't be in the same room together.
Beef is not what Jay said to Nas, but it is what Vince said to Dwayne.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be in the same car together. You know what I'm saying?
They won't. They won't be in the same. They refuse to be on camera together.
Right.
Yeah, but
they're like, don't worry, Rock. We shot all of Tyrese's
Vin
scenes
Diesel,
already.
Tyrese, and The Rock form a funny triangle of
very strange
or rhombus
situation. Yeah. Anyway,
so in I guess more exciting news, Neil Patrick Harris is going to be in The Matrix 4.
Yeah.
Am I more excited?
What does that mean?
He's
I
cast.
don't even know what that means.
You better be an agent or operator.
He's the Oracle.
It's Doogie Digital.
Can he be the Oracle? But then he also gets to be gay.
Okay,
he needs to be
I love
gay
Neil Patrick
and
Harris,
be the Oracle.
I don't want him replacing the person.
That's
no,
true.
I don't
black
know.
Woman. You're right. That would be terrible.
I'm not saying you need a black woman to be the Oracle.
No, but like if it was a black and then it was a white man, like whoa, that doesn't look right.
Well, first of all, the new Oracle is a little Indian girl named Sati.
Is it really?
That's what they left
right.
off.
Have you just
That's
do
right,
you
that's
get Matrix news from the Matrix straight into your brain?
He watched the
Where are you
movie.
getting this?
He's basing it on watching part 3.
Oh, from the last one. But we don't know when it is, what time
That's
this
true.
movie is.
I think it's a prequel.
You
Oh,
think
right.
it
This is what we said last time. We're like,
yeah, last time we talked about it, we talked about Yaya being cast in it, right?
yeah, and that
This time
the
we're
other
talking
people
about
are coming back too.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris is the agent.
I'd be fine with him being an agent, but I think
That'd
that'd
be
be a
kind of
waste.
Weird.
That'd be a waste of Neil Patrick Harris.
I would like to see Hugh Jackman as an agent.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh
is not-
Jackman. He's gonna sing.
He'll
He'll
dance in that
every
rain.
Scene.
He will dance.
He will dance.
It's my world. It's my time. You just go inevitable.
I think he's already written a Matrix musical.
Okay, stop.
This sounds like he's already.
What
done
are you
it?
doing?
Shout out to Liz. You know what it is.
Wait, putting that pressure.
Well, I've missed a lot.
That
there.
secret project.
Nah, Liz, the homie Liz, she wrote a Queen musical.
She did.
Yeah, so now you got to get on a Matrix.
The Matrix
musical.
musical. I got it.
Oh wait, let me open my Google Docs.
He's like, it's been done. I'm starting casting.
Cardi B in it.
Cardi B. Ew. All right. Ooh, talking about casting. So
Segway.
yeah, so Jeremy Renner's been in the news. Not sure if things are true or not true. Some things have gone down in his personal life.
This is the Madripoor murky black market of news, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Like
Okay.
you said you saw it on TMZ though.
I did see a report on
TMZ
that
is
I
the
read
truth, to
a
be
while ago.
honest.
No, they're not. They let go of Van Lathan. Anyway,
Oh.
the only real one there. Anyway, the only one that checked Kanye. Anyway,
He did. Oh, he's not there anymore?
I just,
Yeah.
I just said
You know, I
it.
don't know people's names.
They fired it at him.
What'd he
Yeah.
do?
Him and another coworker beefing. It doesn't matter. He'll
Oh,
be
that's
fine.
terrible. Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway, yeah, TMZ did report, how Renner and his ex it's a messy breakup, and
Okay.
I don't know if it was court documents or she spoke directly to them.
It reminds me of the Johnny Depp situation.
Well, I
House-
don't think physical spousal abuse
Oh, okay.
was
I thought
alleged.
It was.
I think it was just threats.
Oh, okay.
And threats to self-harm as well.
Right, threats to
Oh,
self-harm.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. And he has a young daughter.
Oh no.
And so that's a lot of the reason why this has sparked so many rumors, but none that I feel
Nothing
are coming
we
from
know is
substantial,
true or not.
yeah, like really credible sources. But it's a lot of rumors out there.
Dang. So the question was, should they recast? Because they're thinking about recasting or skipping him altogether and going to his daughter being Hawkeye.
Or whoever Kate
Or-
Bishop turns out to be, because they did
Right.
confirm Kate Bishop will be a part
Yeah.
of
Okay.
their Hawkeye series.
So I don't know. After I'm hearing this now, like if he's, rumors saying he's like threatening self-harm, that's when you fire someone? Is that what we do? That doesn't sound like, it sounds like he needs some help.
Listen, Disney can't get the James Gunn saved twice in a row, so
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean? They can get as many fucking times as they
They
want.
can do whatever they
we'll
want.
see, we'll see, won't we?
Who is not going to a Disney film?
Jeremy Renner.
He still has Disney money in his bank account.
They was
right
already.
now.
They're already like the. I think the internet was talking about Charlie Hunnam to replace him.
Charlie Hunnam. Who's this?
He looks like him. It's the dude from
Sons of Anarchy.
No, what do you know him from?
From IMDb.
Oh, it's definitely not Sons of Anarchy.
Pacific Rim.
The main guy. Okay.
Yeah, listen. I think it's premature for us to talk about this. Like you said, like we were trying to say, it's
premature.
It is because
we don't know.
I don't know
on.
how substantiated these actual accusations are.
I don't work for the Associated Press. I say everything,
but I don't want to. I don't want to put.
We are now a gossip column.
I don't want to. I don't want.
Oh God!
This is what we do.
Listen, you want to fight Jeremy Renner in an elevator?
No,
I don't.
I don't want to fight Jeremy.
I don't.
I feel like I can give him this work.
I feel like
you better check
he
your
needs
man.
some help, and he should go get the help he needs. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, if it's true.
If it's true, yeah.
I like that they always post a picture from crying and
That is so sad.
I was like, why would y'all do that? So extra.
Like, that's the shits. Emotion.
I followed Jeremy Renner ever since this random reality show called The It Factor. And it was like indie. Like no one watched this show except for me. And it was like following these. Well, I mean, do you know the show I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
You were there.
Just anyway, you were the only one that watched it.
I was the only one.
And tell us why.
Well, it was just following around like actors who were trying to make it into the business, and he was one of them.
Oh.
And he like did this Mountain Dew commercial or something, or a slushie commercial. He was like, I had to drink like 1 million slushies, and I was like, oh, this is intense. But then he got the Dahmer,
A Soul for a Soul,
where he got to play Jeffrey Dahmer, and that's when he like blew up.
I mean, oh wait, no, I was thinking of something different.
What?
I don't know.
We're not gonna go that route.
No, yeah, and then he did that movie. What was it? Where he was the cop. I forget what it was.
I mean, he was in the Bourne
Crash.
the fourth Bourne.
He wasn't
movie.
in Crash.
He was in the fourth Bourne movie.
The Bourne Legacy.
He wasn't born, but he was like the Bourne guy.
Right.
He was the next
was the
Bourne.
main-
He was the Treadstone.
Born.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he's okay, and I hope
We like him as Hawkeye.
Yeah, I know. I think
He grew on me.
all right.
I mean,
Hurt Locker, remember that one?
yeah. He was great
Yes.
in that.
Yeah.
When he couldn't pick things in the supermarket, it was crazy.
That
great.
was the one where like, oh snap! If you look at the IMDb, it shows all these things. Sorry,
Movies?
it shows Hawkeye 2021.
Aisha's just jumping in the rabbit hole right
Okay,
now.
I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on. So the next thing, this is all part of it though, because it's Feige's world.
Yeah.
It's Feige's world.
Like Bobby's world.
Living in it.
Yeah. So apparently Feige is in charge of our lives now.
oh my God.
Okay,
The hyperbole.
That's what he's in charge of.
our lives.
He called everyone and he was like, guys, I do all of this.
I got this.
This is me. I'll tell you what to watch and when to watch it.
Stop
and
blaming
you'll love
God
it.
for your breakup. That's me.
That's me.
Nah,
For character
It's all
development.
part of the phase 5 that I'm thinking of.
Give him a 5-minute burn session with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh man, she is.
Give 5 minutes in the hot seat
Yeah,
to
he didn't do
explain
anything.
himself.
You represent big Hollywood.
We all love it. Thank you. Like, what are we saying to him?
Oh nah,
Feige, when you decided to appoint yourself as creative director of everything.
appoint yourself.
What is the holdup with the all-woman Avengers movie? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have a straight answer, Feige? Okay. All right, we'll move on.
Yo, that was good. Damn, now we gotta add her in this.
God, yes.
And now we definitely have to talk about the Joker steps.
Oh,
Joker steps versus Philly steps. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Oh my god. Okay,
Let's
okay,
go.
okay. Let's finish what we're talking about. What are we
Ding,
talking
ding.
about?
We talking
Feige.
about Feige and his wall of. Now it's not a wall. It's a
It's
room.
a dam.
It's
We call it a dam.
It's the
It's a,
dam.
it's a condo.
Yeah.
A night with the nice views. So what is
His
his
views.
title? Creative director something. What
Of
is
reality.
it? Yeah.
He has the gauntlet.
He has the whole gauntlet.
He has it now.
And he controls everything.
No. He has everything except all the Sony pieces. But anyway,
Oh,
he gets to play there though.
He
Gets
does.
to play. I forgot his actual title, but he is now the creative director of Marvel's film,
Marvel Studios,
television,
and Marvel Television,
and publishing divisions.
Yes.
So, in the world where they canceled Daredevil before all these people knew, that wouldn't happen anymore, right? Because Feige...
Jeff Loeb is out as of, I think, today or tomorrow. Like
he's gone as opposed to stepping down. He's out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because Jeff Loeb, they kind of put in charge of the TV stuff.
So now he's like...
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now Feige's not like, I got that.
But I feel like, wasn't there somewhere that said he wrote his own title? Like, he's like, this is my title now. And everyone's like, all right.
I mean, he got the juice. He wrote mad books and then produced mad TV shows.
No. She's talking about Feige, I think.
Feige, yeah.
Feige's
new title. I heard that he wrote it.
Well,
like,
there's
he's
never been any one person in charge of all of those things.
I mean, well, who the fuck could? I mean, there's no title for that kind of creativity, actually.
It is now.
Case in point.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I got this. It's like create your own major, but like he created the whole school.
Create your own degree.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
create your own university.
Name your wing.
He's like, I got this, guys. But who's going to fight him on it, you know?
Who wants to?
Yeah.
What?
You want to do
No,
it?
even
Great.
better. Why would you want to? I mean,
Yes, put that man at the con of the Titanic.
He hasn't fucked up yet. And the biggest criticism against Marvel movies, to be honest, is that they're
like
maybe
Thor
becoming
2.
a little bit of homogenized, you know, like, but.
Well, I mean, that kind of brings us to our next thing. There's been a lot of criticism actually on Marvel movies, but not by people who make them.
Yo,
by other directors.
These chess passes you getting?
I'm doing good, right?
Converting these buckets.
You know what? It writes itself.
We didn't practice this or nothing.
Well, yeah, no, like Scorcese came out saying like they're ruining movies, and someone else did too. I forget who it was.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh my God, I didn't hear that one. There was an actor that I heard said something
so
too.
here's what I got.
Jeez.
Scorcese, who, let's not forget, was attached.
He was supposed to do Joker.
That's right. He was attached early on to the Joker project, but then he stepped down so that he could do his Irishman, Jimmy Hoffa movie thing that's coming.
But then, how do you turn around and be like, "Yeah, that's the thing"?
Well,
Hollywood.
what he said was about cinema that he's being quoted on is that he likened the Marvel movies, to amusement park rides, and the irony of that statement is that
there are a lot of amusement park rides for superheroes.
You were part of that avant-garde in the 60s and 70s.
Right, where they were like, this is ruining cinema.
Right. You guys turned the page on cinema and took them from the slower-paced westerns and old-timey type movies with 4-hour-long plots, and you turned those into more fast-paced, action-filled, ultra-violent, let's be real, type of gritty films that you're known for. And in a lot of ways, isn't Marvel part of a new avant-garde? Like the new interweaving of storylines through. They're getting people to come to the movies for a reason that never existed before.
Exactly. And they're inspiring stories too. It's not just like, you can't say like, oh, this is just like fluff or whatever. It's like things that do inspire people and say something.
Coppola are saying that they feel like that the Marvel movies don't inspire, or that they're not as complex and have the emotional depth of other great films. That's what they're saying, and I don't agree with that.
This is old media versus new media. It's real simple, because people said the same thing between books and movies.
Right. Yeah.
And look what they did with cinema.
Well, people said the same thing about older movies and their movies.
Case in point.
That's the thing that's crazy. So, yeah, I just think that but see, criticism against Disney, like you were saying, Aisha, that the people, the other knock against Disney and is just that they're taking up and we mentioned it before, they're taking up so much of the screens now in theaters that it's a lot harder for smaller films or for films that they like to make to find an audience.
Yeah.
So that's a fair statement.
Yeah, I get that. Where it's like a whole market is flooded, it's hard to see stories that aren't in that vein, that don't go like that.
Well, this is founder syndrome 101. It's like, because Spielberg has some shit to say before, too, about Marvel movies. Motherfucker, Jaws invented the blockbuster.
I was like, you Indiana Jones?
The Dark Knight trilogy is as close to a Godfather-ish type thing, something that's very well interwoven and grounded and really real.
Right.
But that's predated by trilogies like The Godfather, or trilogies, and they just
Well, I wonder what it is. Is it really about like because it's fantastical? Is because like, oh, you know, they're caped crusaders. They're like, this isn't a real story about someone's life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
They can't.
What is it?
No, they can't conceive it.
May I read James Gunn's response to Coppola's?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to revive Gunwatch, but you know, as a fellow director,
Gunwatch is always happening.
You know, as a fellow director in the field, he wanted to chime in. You know, and I'm sure, like many other people in movies, he looks up to people like Scorcese and Coppola as filmmakers, and you know, as the geniuses that they are when it comes to making movies. He says in a tweet, in an Instagram post a couple of days ago. And that image that he uses, as I'm showing to France and Aisha, is the "We Are Groot" moment, which, I mean, there was nary a dry eye in the damn audience during that scene, right? He wrote in a very short Instagram caption, "Many of our grandfathers thought all gangster movies were the same, often calling them despicable. Some of our great-grandfathers thought the same of Westerns and believed the films of John Ford, Sam Peckinpah, and Sergio Leone were all exactly the same. I remember a great uncle to whom I was raving about Star Wars. He responded by saying, I saw that when it was called 2001, and boy, was it boring. Superheroes are simply today's gangsters, cowboys, outer space adventurers. Yeah. Some superhero films are awful. Some are beautiful. Like Westerns and gangster movies, and before that, just movies. Not everyone will be able to appreciate them, even some geniuses. And that's okay. Heart emoji."
Heart emoji.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Yeah. I think everything in our lives goes through phases, and we're in like a very interesting one right now where we'd like to reboot things and do superhero ones.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any less interesting or inspiring. Like, we're about to talk about Watchmen, which is probably one of the most inspiring things that's happened in a very long time. So, I don't know.
But yeah.
All right. So... another reboot. Oh, look at me. I'm still going. They're going to be bringing back Adventure Time.
Yeah, that news broke today.
Didn't I say, like, I kept being like, man, I wish there was still Adventure Time. I feel like I say it, like, every day. And then somebody was like, there is.
There definitely is. Olivia Olsen, Jeremy Shada, what's his last name?
Yeah, Shada.
Shut up. And a couple of folks who were involved as voice actors for Adventure Time posted and wrote that in 2020 on HBO Max, they're going to be coming back Adventure Time with, I think, hour-long or 4-hour-long or something like that.
What?
It's at least, I think we're getting 4 hours of content. I think they said in 2020. And,
okay, because their episodes are 11 minutes.
That's all I'm saying. And if we're talking about Adventure Time, then that's a hell of a lot of content.
Seasons.
Right. And the episodes are going to focus on certain characters that are fan favorites or whatever.
Do we know when this takes place?
I reposted, I think, the Atlantic or the audio video. I forgot which one. Posted it on our page.
The animation looks different to me, but that might just be like a poster. You know what I mean? Like Adventure Time used to always do different types of animations for posters and stuff like that.
That's true.
That is true.
I don't know if they're the same.
I haven't seen
animators.
it yet. I don't think I've seen it. Maybe I did.
What I wonder though is because it's on HBO Max.
Oh boy.
Oh my God! What are you saying? It's going to be like Samurai Jack.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. And I'll still be honest and say I don't know what I want either.
Oh.
Like, do I want them to stay in the same pocket where they had the jokes for older folks hidden in between all the stuff that was kid safe and friendly?
Or do you want to just like outright?
Or do I want them to be, even edgier? I don't know. I don't know what I want. But I'm just happy that the show's going to be coming back. I'm hoping that it'll still be run by the same showrunners or I mean, let's be real. Rebecca Sugar, they signed you or what? What's going on?
No, she's not going to come back for Adventure Time.
To write?
She left Adventure Time mad long ago.
I just need her to write some songs.
I know, but she's not going to do it.
But this is HBO Max money now.
HBO, but I mean, I guess.
Signed into that Max contract.
There's the picture, friend.
Yeah.
It looks different. My question is, like, where does it take place? Because anyone who did follow Adventure Time from beginning to end, that ending was pretty endy. It was pretty done.
Listen,
so.
but we've had episodes of Adventure Time where all time and space
oh my God, it's
disappeared
true.
into
and
a
then
hole.
you're like a whole nother world, and you're like, where am I?
Exactly. So
they're like, it's just one of those moments.
yeah, come along with me.
It's true.
We'll be there in 2020.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take a little quick break, everyone. I'm not gonna tell you to go to the bathroom because I feel like at this point it's a Pavlovian experience.
Well,
and I said break, and now you have to go to the bathroom. So take a break, and we'll be back with some no spoilers.
Hydrate. How about that?
Okay, hydrate too. Yes, this is good for you.
Excavate Bitcoin.
We're gonna come back, talk about Gemini Man, Zombieland 2. I forgot we saw a screener of it, even though it's out now. I guess.
No, it's not.
It's not
It
out?
comes out November 1st.
Oh damn.
So I haven't seen it yet.
Oh dang.
And I thought only you saw it.
Yeah, he saw it too. Maybe we should save it.
I was there.
We'll see. Well, we're gonna talk about
They can't
Gemini
hear me
Man,
squint.
and we're gonna talk about Watchmen for sure. But again, no spoilers, so keep listening. We'll be back.
Music, indie sample of music.
All right.
Perfect timing.
Whoa,
Fucking
we're back.
Ghost Rider outside.
Yeah. They were like
Johnny Blaze.
Oh my God, True Religion would totally be the perfect name for a Ghost Rider movie.
What?
Ghost Rider 7, True Religion.
Okay, well, it's backstory on that. The only reason he says that because our friend Nick, shout out to Nick, one time
Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicholas
wouldn't
Pert.
that be- Nicholas Pert. We were walking one time to go pick up the kids when I used to work in after school. And it was like the first sunny day. And it was like the people on the bikes like, ring, 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 ring. He's like, geez, it's like, it gets warm. All of a sudden, people put their True Religion on and take their bikes out of storage.
Aisha, no offense.
I was like,
No offense, Aisha.
what?
But that's why they hired Cardi. if that's your motorcycle.
Right there.
I've heard better from you.
The True Religion.
I'm kidding.
Got the bikes out of storage.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that brings us back.
Yeah.
I don't know how that brings us back to Gemini Man. I don't know.
Well, it's bringing us there. It's
Okay. Good.
it's taking us there.
It still works.
Oh yeah, there's bikes in there.
There's bikes in there.
trailer.
Oh,
bikes.
okay.
Damn sure.
So we're gonna do our no spoilers review
Yep.
because I haven't seen it, but then we're still gonna spoil it because I'm just gonna be honest with you.
She doesn't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, you didn't care.
I really don't. I'll probably still watch it even if it's spoiled for me
Yeah. We
when it comes on TNT.
we still love you.
Brokeback Sci-Fi.
What? All right. Well, I don't know. Kick it off. What was this movie like for you? Was there a story? I don't know anything besides the trailers. And the trailers was like, Will Smith finds out that there's another Will Smith, and they're trying to kill each other. And the trailer doesn't tell
The
you
Fresh
why.
Prince of Gattaca.
This is why people want us to record video more because of what just happened. You gave us the ill setup, Aisha, and me and France gave each other
You go do
the
it?
same look. The eyes came up from the same type blink. Like, you doing this, right? You setting? You set I spike? Oh, that's from the movie.
It is from the movie.
Shit, spoiler.
Oh, I don't think.
Yeah, there's a
anyone knows
whole
what that is.
crossover with Top Gun. Anyway,
What? No.
I'm kidding. That
I
was
will
a
believe anything
that
you
was a
say because
deep
this
cut.
movie was.
That was a
so-
deep cut.
Shout out
Mixed
to
with-
Al who's gonna get that.
Guys. I've never seen Top Gun, and I'll be okay to
That's
say
fine.
that.
That's fine. I can't judge you. I can't because my pile
I
of
feel like
shame.
I've already said that already because we talked
You
about
have
it's being
my
rebooted.
my
Many
pile of
times.
shame. I put up against anyone's pile of shame. How could I judge you for not seeing Top Gun? But anyway, French, you start us off. Gemini Man.
No spoilers. This was a movie. In which
He did it.
It was
in which? Okay.
in which
And then there's more.
a director and a writer directed and wrote.
Oh my
on.
Nah,
God.
it was a cool take. It was a cool take on grounded science fiction. It was like that's what like if I'm gonna sum it up, it was a great grounded take on science fiction because it didn't go full on laser beams.
Oh, you talking plot?
No, I'm just saying
I didn't know
it
there
ain't.
was one.
It ain't go laser beams on us. It was like if it'd be like if oh my God. If Treadstone Treadstone from Bourne made another Bourne.
Treadstone High.
Oh wait,
that's what this was.
Treadstone High.
That's what this
Oh,
was.
is that what this is named?
That's exactly
He's
what it was.
gonna write that down.
Fuck Riverdale.
Clone
I am
High.
so interested in this.
Fuck
now.
Army Navy. Let me see
What?
the Treadstone High versus Riverdale. Let me see
What
that.
goes on in this movie?
Yeah, but France. Okay, so France went plot with his touch and go.
You're welcome.
Right.
I'm gonna
You're
go.
like, special effects. No.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go
okay.
there. So
Okay.
we ended up getting because it fit our schedule. We ended up having to see the 3D version.
Why?
Because
They
Because it was
even
the
put this movie in 3D.
Well,
oh wow.
the movie first
What?
of all, I didn't know till afterward, and it felt like smacking myself. Was like, of course, that's what my eyes were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
This film was shot entirely in 4K at 120 frames a second.
The love of Pete.
So it was shmooth, like fucking.
Why?
Smooth.
What is this for?
Well, Ang Lee
You going on roller coasters the whole time?
Ang Lee chopped an E off his name and played up them angles because
Ooh.
he went
slick.
really interesting with it, and a lot. It gave me, you know what it gave me the feel of? Remember when we talk about The Town?
The movie The Town?
Yeah, the movie The Town.
Ben
How
Affleck.
Ben Affleck chose interesting angles for a typical heist movie
Okay.
Yeah.
that made the movie even more interesting than it actually was.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's what Ang Lee did, I feel, with this movie. Like, the plot was whatever. It wasn't
that seems
terrible, but it's not going to change your life at all. But the action and a lot of the scenes that was shot in it were done in such an interesting. I'm very thankful that I
It
saw
was
this
on
film in
3D.
3D.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Because
That is unexpected for sure.
It was visually very fun to see.
Okay.
In that sense.
There's a couple of first person perspective shots.
Yeah.
Like video game?
Yeah, and then the smooth frame rate and 4K resolution. There's some shots. I swore to God we were watching some behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
It looked like you're watching behind the scenes footage
Yes.
where it looks photoreal. And I was like,
Some
what is?
people don't like
What?
that. They're like, I don't want to see
But-
every crevice in
Nah,
that person.
me, Mike, and Ray. Shout out to Ray.
Yeah,
Enjoyed
Ray
it.
one was I'll say this though about that, Aisha. Like none of the, I'll say they're not peculiar, but none of the unusual angle shots or styles for shooting a scene were done long enough where you're like, damn, like this is lasting too long. It transitioned smoothly
Okay.
and timely enough that it was different and kept you in it. Like, you know, nothing in the movie had as much depth as how it was shot.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Yes, that is a good assessment.
But I'm trying to give them the sauce, France. I'm trying to give them
I'm
the
waiting
sauce.
for the spoiler.
Oh, when we get to the spoiler, we're gonna get to the spoiler. But you know, Will Smith, he's Will Smith.
So, like, basically, the 4K made it so you could see how smooth his face was back when he was Fresh Prince, and then how many
We're gonna
wrinkles
talk
he has
about
now.
that.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it.
It'll come up.
Yeah.
Oh,
it'll come up.
okay.
But
It was a hologram the whole
In
time. He was
terms
like,
of-
"What's up, Coachella?"
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, Aisha. Without rating it, I don't think it's a movie that you would have liked. Like
Yeah.
me knowing you.
It sounds like one of those movies where I would forget what was happening
it
the
switched.
scene previously to the
Right.
next
Yes.
scene.
A lot of locale switches.
Right. The
I'd be
only
like, "Oh God, that was dope. What are they doing?"
Right. The only question would be, was it shot well enough for you that even that would be entertaining enough that you feel like, oh, okay. It was. I see what they try to do. I see. You know, that's the question. I feel like if you right now, there's not a lot of action movies out.
Yeah.
So for folks that are looking for an action movie, I'm like, why didn't this make more money? It's an interesting.
Really?
the way it was shot was entertaining. Yeah,
it was very artistically created.
Yeah,
you know what? Maybe that's what they were banking on, because I feel like the trailer really didn't tell you anything about the movie itself. Like, all you knew was, oh my god, they made a clone of Will Smith.
True.
And they're fighting
I
each
think
other.
they thought
that was the only thing you knew, and you're like, why am I?
Some intern in marketing thought that was a good idea to run with, as opposed to being like, look at this very interestingly made action.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Will Smith, right?
Right.
It's like $1 billion man. Come see this.
But the other thing is, in some of Ang Lee's sci-fi related movies, the plot got a little bit, green gassy fart type stuff. So I'm looking at you, Hulk. Looking at you, Hulk. Anyway, so I think they tampered that down in this movie, kept it way more grounded, like France was saying earlier, in terms of plot. And the focus, I guess his creative energies and focus went towards how can I shoot these things interestingly. And I think that in that area it's shown. In all areas, it was serviceable to eye.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's my take.
So is that a rating?
No, because I do think it was shot well enough to merit better than eye.
Yeah, my eye was never bored.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you gave it a rating, what would it be out of, and what would it be?
I mean, there weren't enough Will Smith yells in this one to use Will Smith yells. Usually I would have went with that one, but that didn't happen.
Wow.
All right, well, give us a measurement. Give us a unit of measurement.
Unbelievably long range shots.
Okay.
How many long range shots do you give it?
How many
grassy knolls?
Grassy knoll shots.
Okay.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Okay. That's a
How many grassy
large
knolls?
magazine.
Damn.
This sounds like an assassin, but it's cool.
What he is. But.
Yeah.
I give it a 6.5.
Wow.
Whoa. You're not selling me.
France.
Actually, no, I can't do that because I gave Fast and the Furious. I gave the Hobbs and Shaw, I think I gave a better one.
But was Hobbs and Shaw more entertaining?
No.
That's the thing. Well, okay.
I am confused now.
Okay, wait.
Well, it's the difference. It's the difference between
why these two.
These two getting compared, right?
He brought it up.
Well, that's what it is. Is that there was very little art to Hobbs and Shaw, if any. It wasn't art. Right. But even the fight choreography in Gemini Man is top tier.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, the other thing is that where in Hobbs and Shaw, the charisma, or they rely a lot on the
for sure.
They rely a lot on The Rock being The Rock, Jason Statham being Jason Statham, and Idris Elba being Idris Elba to the max. Yeah, where this movie didn't do that at all.
Right.
Will Smith was very tempered down. Yeah, like Fran said, there was no yell.
He's
moments.
a father.
He's not Genie.
He's not Genie.
No, yeah, he was not Genie. No.
All right, but you said 6. You were going to amend that or no?
I'm in there. I give it a 7.
Okay. All right, that's more in my ballpark. I give this about 7.5.
Okay.
Which is, better than I. It's not great. It is better than Aisha.
Better than I.
It is.
I feel like that's going to be your this is a movie.
No.
It's better than I. It was a movie.
Nah, I put more sugar on that. I said it's better than I. I didn't say it's better than I.
The only thing that could have made this movie
upward inflection
off the hook would have been this was about long range. It was like a theme almost. That's if they had way more Wickish John Wick CQC type stuff.
Actually, I'm gonna push back on that. I actually wish there were more action scenes that allowed you to breathe more. There was only a couple of moments in their encounter, right, where no one's running. They're just trying to find their space in the war zone.
Yeah,
and
that was dope.
Right. Those, I feel like if there was one scene more drawn out like that, kind of like a Metal Gear Solid series sniper scene moment, each one of them
enemy
has
at the gates. Oh,
yeah. If there was, because both of them, him and his clone, they're assassins, and that's in the trailer. I think that's clear enough.
You see that.
So I feel like if there were more of those tactical, you're not in either one of their heads, you're just kind of watching moments. I think that would have added a lot of depth to the encounters. But whatever, for what it was, like I said, 7.5. I think that's pretty solid. I think you're not wasting your money if you go see this movie. If you're looking for a good action movie, it's not a waste of time. I saw Hobbs and Shaw. I felt like I was obligated to see that movie. I did not enjoy that movie. The movie took me. Yeah, the movie's action.
That's true. I wasn't like, I need to see Hobbs and Shaw.
That movie's action and budget were so over saturated. Like, you know, the only redeeming quality there was Idris. But this movie,
Idris.
This one, it was shot very interesting.
And it had Benedict Wong.
It did have Benedict Wong.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
with an agent now.
Benedict Wong. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and
again,
Clive Owen.
Ramona.
Clive Owen, those are the major players.
Yeah, I remember Clive Owen. All right, well, I mean, I'm still going to see it, but...
although none of those actors were the most interesting characters in the movie.
It's like every time you guys like, it's pretty good, you're like, actually, no.
I'm just saying, because that part is for spoiler, but none of those 4 actors played the most interesting role to me. I'm just saying.
Well, I guess we'll get to it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not going to talk about Zombieland. We're going to wait until we've all seen it and give you the full 2 nerds and an actor.
Thanks.
Gonna review the shit out of that.
I literally thought it was out. My bad.
No.
Okay, so...
Privilege.
Listen, I was in a screener with like people off the street. This was not that.
Oh, so I'm less than people off the street.
I shouldn't have laughed at that, but this is pretty funny.
Thank you.
So... This is the moment we've all been waiting for. You remember that? That's from SpongeBob.
That's copywritten.
Oh no!
Oops.
Like a Krabby Patty?
No, by Kylie Jenner. No, she's trying to she submitted copyright paperwork for Rise and Shine.
What are you saying?
I think she says that every morning to her daughter or something like that.
The words Rise and Shine?
Yeah, something like that. It's some generic phrase like that you hear all the time.
That's like the person who owned Happy Birthday, but I heard that patent is up or
yes, she's putting in the patent for that. Yeah. So you know how LeBron tried to get Taco Tuesday?
What?
Well, LeBron every Tuesday with his family has a Taco Tuesday, and then he.
Oh, okay. So then he was like, you know what? That's mine.
I probably did not say it the way he says it. I've never actually heard him say it.
You're not LeBron James. It's okay.
Thank God. Anyway,
you're right.
I had to recover quick there, But anyway, yeah, she's trying to patent that.
You know what this reminds me? We didn't talk about it. We should talk about it before we go into Watchmen. The Joker stairs. We said we're gonna go back to.
You want to talk about that here, not the end? You sure?
We can hold.
I think we should hold.
Hold on that.
We have to at least hold it till after our spoiler of Gemini Man, because there is some Phillies.
Ooh, okay.
There is some.
So if you're listening, hold out for that.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about it.
AOC. Just hold on.
AOC.
We got you.
Okay. So Watchmen episode 1. We're gonna no spoilers right now because we've all seen it. We've all felt the impact.
The internet felt the impact.
Everybody. It's
got the buzz.
I kept talking about it and hyping it up. And I honestly, people get scared. It's oh, I don't want to believe the hype, blah, blah, blah. No. This one, the hype is real. It's real. You have to watch it. Anyway.
We told you. No.
Let's start with Mike, though. Mike, first impressions. Mike. Yeah.
No spoiler, right?
No spoiler.
Yeah, no spoiler.
This is just for episode 1.
Yeah,
that's all we've
seen. What?
What
did they screen? The whole season for you?
Some people did.
Some people got that six episodes.
Yeah, Omar got to see 4 to 6 episodes.
You shouldn't have given me a name. All right, so episode 1. Where do I start? The show starts. I'm not gonna say where, whatever, but it's a gut punch from jump. This is Hollywood level production from jump.
Yeah, for sure.
And immediately there are layers thrown at you like sandwiches.
Yes.
Like hoagies, like heroes.
You can't handle it.
Sent at your head, at your dome, because from jump, there's just this imagery that is contrasting the events that are taking place, and it's just it is hitting you with history. It's hitting you with the Watchmen high low tech world that they're from. If you're familiar with the Watchmen comic series or the movie,
yeah,
and you feel like you're immediately in that world, and they put you in a place where I don't know if anybody expected them to go there, but they do,
right?
And a lot of loopy interwoven imagery, symbols from the Watchmen series of comics or the movie, whichever you're familiar with.
They keep the music thing too.
Right. The music is interwoven wonderfully, beautifully. The acting performances are great. The costumes, they're probably gonna win something for the costumes.
Oh, they should.
Because in episode 1 already, those speak volumes of the characters.
Yeah, each
that are
one.
wearing them. And there are more costumes to come, I'm sure, because that was only episode 1.
Right. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be brought up. So for folks that are buying into or paying attention to Watchmen because they've heard, HBO has a new Game of Thrones. If you're looking for a series that has the potential depth of story, as well as is going to leave you with questions or a lot of things to break down throughout the week before the next episode, on top of top-notch fucking quality production on all levels.
Yeah.
Talking about acting performances, actors, period, who they got for these roles.
Yes,
the music,
casting is like legit.
Everything. If you're looking for that, and you don't mind somewhat of a superhero backdrop to tell this story, then yes, HBO definitely seems like it has something here with Watchmen. And don't kid yourself, like even hardcore Watchmen fans don't really know where this story is gonna go.
Seriously,
because
you can see the Easter eggs and like odes to stuff, but you don't know what's gonna happen.
You definitely see homage being paid to past, iterations of this Alan Moore story. But it is enough there that you have no idea what's coming next, and that is great. That's exactly what you want to have an audience. So that's my take. And
you know what's
there you go.
You know what's interesting too is that like I still think that people who don't know the comic and haven't seen the movie would still enjoy watching this.
Yeah, they could still get something.
They could still get something out of it because it, like you said, it gives so much to history and just like a different take on even just current events, which is what Watchmen was all really about, right?
Right.
Like you can see parallels between our world, this world, different worlds, and I think that would really hook people in. Yeah. And as someone who didn't read the graphic novel, right, I saw the movie first, and it like blew my mind. Since I didn't didn't read the comic, I think I enjoyed the movie more because I was being first introduced to this type of storytelling, right? So then I was like, I should read this. I ended up watching the motion comic, which I think I've talked about before, is freaking hilarious. If you don't want to read the comic and you actually want to watch it unfold in front of you in a very funny way, I suggest it. But I think that prepared me in a very interesting way to enjoy the story more and to be open to changes and different ways of looking at it. Because I think a lot of people who read the comic and then went to the movie were like, I hate this movie. And then we're like, what is this? So I was talking to one of my coworkers who hasn't seen anything. She hasn't seen...
shout out to Aisha's coworkers.
Oh, drink. So she hasn't seen the movie. She hasn't seen the movie. She hasn't read the comics. She knows like basically nothing. She's very much like Batman fan, but hasn't seen it. And we were like talking about it, and she was getting worried that there was going to be like spoilers because we were talking about the original Watchmen. And we were like, oh, no, you're good. If anything, this helps you. You're going to watch it now and be like, I see what they were saying. So I really think this is gonna kind of do what like Black Panther did, or what, I guess Aquaman did. It's like bringing in a lot of people who aren't necessarily comic book fans into this like really in-depth, intricate world, and it's gonna be amazing. I think it might turn them into comic fans. It might make them create something they never thought they were gonna create. I think that's amazing, and I know the creator is not so excited about that. One of them, which I don't know. Should we say his name? Should we not?
I did already.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So Alan Moore it's kind of like what redacted. It's kind of like what he wanted, though, in a sense, where it's like it's inspiring in a way that makes people think differently and analyze your current situation differently. Sad that it also is doing anything you didn't want. It's like becoming commercials, becoming this big thing. It's mass media and like. I get it, but it's definitely worth watching, and you are gonna get into it like every week. You're gonna be waiting, and I think a lot of HBO shows do this really well, where it's like you want to see the next episode, but you're still unpacking the first one. That you're like,
right.
By
So
the time
you need the week.
Yeah, by the time the next one's out, you're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
This joint is legit it's like what happens when this is the culmination of decades of storytelling and other people's, it capitalizes on the success and failures of everything that came before it. Alan Moore is a bloody genius.
Yeah.
He's also a dick to
Is he?
like to the world and to the not recognizing
He
the
is
impact
the comedian?
of he doesn't recognize the impact of his own craft. He just wants to tell a good story, but there's no such thing as a story that exists unto itself. No story is an island.
Right.
It will always leave an impact. And he just made so many gigantic impacts that he can't even see what he's done, which is, he kind of led the way for investigative storytelling. Like the OG Watchmen talked about the time it was in while it was happening.
Yeah.
And then it went so far as to tell an alternate version of the reality that was happening as it was happening. It was talking about the 80s and the 80s. So this joint does something really similar. It addresses the world as it is for what it is, and it gives a little spin. And that little twist is everything.
Yeah. And
This has what is it? I think I mentioned the last time we talked about it, is that it takes, because Damon Lindelof, he did Lost.
You did Lost. You did, what else did you do that we were talking about too?
Well, he did Lost and learned a giant lesson about endings and how to capitalize and how to choose to capitalize what you want to capitalize on from fans regarding endings. And then he did Leftovers.
Yeah.
He did a bunch of projects in between, obviously.
Which apparently Leftovers has like a really great ending. I haven't seen it yet. But.
please don't.
Again,
No,
Lost.
we haven't seen it.
Okay.
Like Lost. So Lost, mad people watched Lost, gigantic sensation. People didn't like the ending. I was like, it kind of tainted the experience and the investment of time. Leftovers, apparently, people said it had the opposite thing, where it was like small cult following of people who watched it.
Right.
Beautiful payoff in the ending. I was like, but you get to Watchmen, now you're getting all of that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just watching it, I'm getting it now. I was like, it's just so epic. I was like, and it does a million good things without even trying anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what? The curse of a good story is that it no longer is yours, right? So
Yeah.
Bada bing.
the best ones, that's what happens to them. And the Watchmen comics, the series, the original graphic novels that Aisha that you mentioned, I was calling it a series because DC has done some stuff lately, but I did mean the graphic novel, so that's a better clarification. It the whole series was a deconstruction of the superhero comic book genre.
Right. Yeah.
That's what that was, and this first episode is deconstructing quite a few things, and turning a few things on its head for folks who are familiar with the series, and they're like, "Whoa, why is this group of people doing this now?" It's really interesting. Definitely, I don't think it's too intimidating for non-comic book readers to approach. I think there's enough there for everybody.
There's enough reality in it.
Definitely.
That isn't like part of the comic book world for you to like get into.
Definitely 100%. So high recommend.
Every time we do that, I hear American Vandal. Every time.
Every time we do
what?
100%.
I didn't say. Who said? You said 100%.
I say it all the time. 100%.
Alex Trivioli.
1,000%. You want me to say 1,000?
I think that makes it worse. Have you seen American Vandal?
I don't know. I've read Powers of 10.
Oh, damn!
I don't even know that.
You guys
but
put on
I
your
feel
neck.
He knows what
inside.
he knows what I'm saying. He knows what I'm saying. It doesn't have to end in a 0. Is my point.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh,
I could just agree to agree.
All right. Well, we're gonna end it there because there's so much to go into this spoiler.
And we don't rate series until they're over or seasons. So
legit. Imagine we like rated it now and then like it ends up sucking.
That's what I'm saying to France. He's like, oh, and we're gonna get the ending. Well, like, let's
see.
We'll get it. Let's hold on.
He still did Lost.
Wait a minute.
All right, so that closes off part 1 of our 2 Nerds and Actor episode. Wait, I didn't even say which episode this was. I forgot.
Dun, dun,
This is 19, right?
We're gonna go back and edit.
I'll just say it now and then cut and paste.
Is it 319?
Yes.
Season 3, episode 19.
That's what you've been
Part
listening
1.
to.
That's what you've been hearing. Nice. So check out part 2, where we go into full spoiler of Watchmen. So if you didn't get to watch it this weekend, you're getting ready to watch it now. Watch it now. Right now.
Yeah.
And then catch our spoiler.
Yeah, you catch our take on the series and what we found and thought about it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Wait, right there? What was it?
Is that it?
That's the cut?
Is that it? Sure.